طيب بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تمسك بسنته بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد, after praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and sending the salutations upon the Messenger alayhi salatu wassalam, and upon his family and his companions, and upon all those who follow upon his guidance into the establishment of the last day. To proceed, يا إخوان, وسبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. Glory belongs to you, Ya Allah. Verily we have no knowledge except that which you have taught us. And indeed you, Ya Allah, you are the all-knower and the all-wise. The all-knower and the all-wise. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من علم لا ينفع ومن قلب لا يخشع ومن نفس لا تشبع ومن دعاء لا يسمع. Verily Allah, we seek refuge with you from knowledge that has no benefit, and from a heart that has no fear, and from a soul that has no satisfaction nor contentment, and from a dua that goes unanswered, and from a dua that goes unanswered. To proceed, يا إخوان, فنواصل أو نبدأ معكم في هذا اليوم المبارك عونا من الرحمن الرحيم. So we begin, inshallah ta'ala, in this blessed and noble day of ours, seeking the aid and the assistance of our Lord, the most merciful and the most compassionate. مستفيدين ومتعلمين من فن جديد and we're going to begin, inshallah ta'ala, a new science, min ulumi al-Islam, from the sciences of al-Islam, min kitabin jadid, from a new particular book, bidnillahi ta'ala. وهذا الدرس يا إخوان سيقام في يوم السبت، في يوم أحد، في يوم الأحد إن شاء الله تعالى، وربما في يوم السبت. So right now, this class, inshallah ta'ala, is going to be on Sundays. And we're trying to still look at another day to make it 2 days a week, inshallah ta'ala, perhaps on Saturday, inshallah ta'ala. So right now, the class is going to be on Saturday. On Sundays at 1 o'clock. في ساعة 12 at 12 o'clock, inshallah ta'ala. So we're trying to make it 2 days a week, inshallah, so we can get through the lesson, get through the book. But right now, it's going to be Sunday, and we'll let everyone know if Saturday and Sunday or just Sundays. وفي هذا الدرس يا إخوان نريد أن نركز على أربعة أشياء. So in this class here, we want to focus on four things. أربعة الأشياء. We're going to focus, inshallah ta'ala, we're going to try our best to focus on four things. الأول هو فهم الكتاب. The first thing, يا إخوان, the first is understanding the book. فهم الكتاب. The first thing we're going to focus on, inshallah, is understanding the book. Understanding the book. Right? نركز على أربعة أشياء. We're going to focus in this class here on four things. Four things. The first one is فهم الكتاب. Understanding the book. Understanding the book that we're going to go over. Inshallah. والثاني نركز على حفظ المتن. حفظ المتن. We're going to focus also on memorizing the text. Memorizing the text. حفظ المتن. Memorizing the text. والأمر الثالث, and the third thing يا إخوان that we're going to focus on is تطبيق العلم. تطبيق العلم is implementing what we learn, is carrying out what we learn. تطبيق العلم is carrying out, implementing the knowledge that we learn. فالعلم بلا عمل لا ينفع. For indeed knowledge with no implementation does not benefit. طيب, so now we have three things so far يا إخوان. What was the first one, Sheikh Nakir?
فهم الكتاب.
MashaAllah, understanding the book. والثاني, what's the second thing يا إخوان?
حفظ المتن.
Memorizing the text. And the third thing, تطبيق العلم, is implementing, carrying out what we learn. والأمر الرابع, and the fourth thing يا إخوان is بعض الفوائد من اللغة العربية. من اللغة العربية. And the third benefit, or the third thing we're going to focus on, is from time to time we're going to derive some benefits from the Arabic language. From the Arabic language. Right, so we have four things that this course, this class is going to focus on, ya ikhwan. First thing we're going to focus on, as we mentioned, is memorizing the text. We're going to try to memorize the actual book of Al-Bayquuniyyah, inshallah. The 30-something lines of poetry. We're going to try our best. The second thing we're going to focus on in this class, or the first thing, was understanding the book that we're going to go over. Second thing we're going to focus on is memorizing the actual words, actual text of Al-Bayquuniyyah. We're going to try to memorize the whole book, inshallah. We're going to take our time, going line by line, inshallah. And the third thing, we're going to implement, inshallah, what we learn. You learn a benefit, you work upon it, work by it, teach it to someone else, go to it. And the third thing, or the last thing, rather, is understanding some grammatical points, some words, some new vocabulary in the Arabic language. طيب فأصل هذا الدرس
Can you go back down for 1 second, please?
No. So 4 things we're going to focus on, ya ikhwan. Understanding the book. The second thing we're going to focus on also, ya ikhwan, is memorizing the text. We're going to try our best to memorize the text. طيب. The third thing we're going to focus on is implementing what we learn. You learn some principles, some points, work by them, teach them, call to them, make the da'wah to them. And the last thing, we're going to take some grammatical Arabic points from time to time from the book. From time to time from the book. طيب هذا مفهوم يا إخوان؟
نعم.
جميلا. طيب طيب هذا الدرس يؤخذ من كتاب واحد مع شيء ما من التعليقات. So this class that we're coming from in Al-Bayquuniyyah, many of the ulama قد شرح أو قد شرحوا هذا الكتاب. Many of the ulama explained this book. Many. So the book that we decided, وعليكم السلام يا شيخ, the book that we decided to come from, there are many explanations. And for you brothers and sisters that can read the Arabic language, we're going to make sure you have a copy of the book, inshallah. You can go to the Telegram after class and it should be there, inshallah. So you can follow along. So the origin of this class is going to be from the book of our Shaykh Abu Abdullah Al-Masna'i, Hafidhahullah Ta'ala. It's called Al-Fawaid. Al-Fawaidu An-Nadiyatu. An-Nadiyatu. على البيقونية. على البيقونية. So his book, he gave it this title. Al-Fawaid. He actually has 3 explanations of the same book. We were going to do the easier one, but this one is a little more detailed. So we decided to do this one, inshallah. So it's Al-Fawaidu An-Nadiyya. Al-Fawaidu An-Nadiyya, the explanation of Al-Bayquuniyyah. Afwan ya ikhwan. Bismillah, why are you doing that? This should be a wow. I'm trying to write a dhamma here ya ikhwan, but it's not letting me. That should be a dhamma. And the author's name, he's still alive, and some of you may know him as we read from his books a lot, alhamdulillah. His name is Shaykh Abu Abdullah Al-Masna'i. Al-Masna'i. Al-Yamani. And he's from Al-Yaman. He's from Al-Yaman. Abu Abdullah Al-Masna'i. And he's from the students of Shaykh Muqbil Ibn Hadi al-Wadi'i. Al-Wadi'i. Rahimahullah ta'ala. He's still alive, ya ikhwan. And he's one of the mashaykh that we contact the most from the scholars that we had the honor to benefit from. Probably him and Sheikh Abdul Hamid Al-Hujuri. We contact him often, but not as much as this Sheikh here. Hafidhahullah ta'ala. So the origin that we're coming from, the book that we're going to send out to everyone, is his
Is
book.
that supposed to be? Sorry, is there supposed to be a dharma over the call the call?
Yeah.
It's because it said Al-Bayquuniyyah. It's supposed to say Al-Bayquuniyyah.
Nah, I was trying to write a dhamma, but it wouldn't let me.
Oh,
There we go. طيب. طيب. So we have the title of the book, the author of the book, from his mashaykh is Sheikh Muqbil ibn Hadi al-Wadi'i. Also from his mashaykh, you can also write, is a Sheikh Muhammad ibn Ibrahim, Abu Ibrahim, Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab al-Wasabi. We read from his books also. Rahimahullah ta'ala. May Allah have mercy upon him. And he has other mashaykh. These are two of his main mashaykh. Sheikh Muqbil, the great Imam of al-Hadith of al-Yemen. Right. طيب. طيب. The first line of the book, ya ikhwan. The first line of the book. We'll write it out to make it more bigger, inshallah. I want you to write this down, inshallah ta'ala. First part of tonight's homework. Al-Baytul Awwal, the first line. Al-Baytu Al-Awwalu. Al-Baytu Al-Awwalu. First line. طيب, the word Al-Bayt has two meanings, ya ikhwan. Bayt can be a second, can be a house. Al-Baytu can be as-sakanu, the house. وكذلك بيت من الشعر, and it can also be a line of poetry. Al-Bayt can also be في الشعر, in poetry. A line in poetry. One single line is called the bayt. So pay attention there, ikhwan. So the first line we're going to work with today, inshallah, we're going to have some benefit, bidnillah ta'ala, is abda'u. This should be Arabic. Turn to Arabic. Abda'u bilhamdi musalliyan ala Muhammadin khayri nabiyyin ursila. طيب. So our first line of one is, make it slightly bigger so everyone can see. طيب, first line, we're at our vowels, inshallah. Write this down. We're going to memorize this for homework. It should be a fatha. أبدأ بالحمد مصليا على محمد خير نبي أرسل. Right, so this is the first line. Right. So I'll say it, and all of you are going to say it behind me. We're going to recite in two voices. I'll say it, you say it. I'll say it, you say it, and then we'll go individually. طيب أبدأ بالحمد. أبدأ بالحمد. أبدأ بالحمد مصليا على. أبدأ بالحمد مصليا على محمد خير. محمد خير
محمد خير
نبي أرسل.
نبي أرسل.
أبدأ بالحمد.
أبدأ بالحمد.
أبدأ بالحمد
أبدأ بالحمد
مصليا على.
مصليا على.
أبدأ بالحمد مصليا على.
أبدأ
بالحمد مصلي على.
أبدأ بالحمد مصليا على.
أبدأ
بالحمد مصلي على.
أبدأ بالحمد مصليا على.
بالحمد مصليا على
محمد خير.
محمد
نبي أرسل.
نبيا مرسلا.
أبدأ بالحمد.
أبدأ بالحمد
مصليا على.
مصليا على
محمد خير.
خير
نبي أرسل.
نبيا أرسلا.
طيب فضل يا أبا زبير اقرأ.
أبدأ بالحمد مصليا على محمد خير نبي أرسلا.
ما شاء الله أحسنت. شيخ أبا نكير تفضل.
أبدأ بالحمد مصليا على محمد خير نبي أرسلا.
ما شاء الله أحسنت. شيخ القاسم تفضل. مص... مصليا محمد خير نبي أرسل. نبي أرسل. أحسنت. أرسل جميلا. نعم.
I don't see what you're writing. I'm just listening to everything that's going on. So I don't see
You can't see
right now.
you can't see the screen?
No, I can't see the screen. So I'm just listening to everything you're saying and writing down something. That's you.
Are you on your device?
Because on my screen, it said that My screen ran, I thought something ran out. It didn't show me anything. I'm just listening on my phone.
No one can see the screen yet, Juan? You can't see what I'm writing?
I can see it.
Nah, it didn't pop up when I called.
Hold on, Sheikh. It should be on. So some of you can see and some of you can't?
I can see it. I think he has to change the view on his iPhone.
Oh, it might be on. Oh, you got that whack iPhone. That's why.
Yeah.
We gotta get. We gotta get you a Samsung, maybe. No, I'm log off and log back on. It should be. It's on your side. It should be something. You should be able to see the screen even on your phone. Some of the brothers, they have an iPhone also, and they can see the screen. طيب عالية تفضلي اقرأي.
أبدأ بالحمد مصليا على محمد خير نبي أرسل.
ما شاء الله جميلة. طيب زبيدة تفضلي.
هي في العمر.
لا بأس. Who else did we see يا إخوان؟ Sister Nirma. Can you see now, Qasim?
Yeah, I can see now.
Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, sometimes on this app, sometimes you gotta sign in and sign back out. طيب لا بأس. طيب, so now he says يا إخوان أبدأ بالحمد مصليا على. He says, and a loose translation, I'm beginning bilhamd, with praising, meaning Allah, sending salutations upon Muhammad, the best of the prophets that have been sent. طيب. وإمام هذا الكتاب هو, the author of the book يا إخوان, the actual words that we're reading from, the matan. He is الشيخ الإمام البيقوني. البيقوني. واسمه, his name, the علماء يختلفون. His name, the scholars differ. As for his name يا إخوان, العلماء يختلفون. The scholars differ. So he is,
You want us to write this down here?
نعم, he is الشيخ الإمام البيقوني. But as for his actual name, the scholars differ. They differ amongst themselves regarding his name. The scholars differ. فقال بعضهم, so some scholars say يا إخوان هو طه. Some scholars say his name is طه. Ibn Muhammad. وقال بعضهم, while other scholars say هو عمر. Ibn Muhammad. Right, so we have two positions from the people of knowledge. Some say his name is Taha, and they are the majority. Other scholars say no, his name is Umar. So they differ over his actual name. Some say Umar, some say Taha. The majority, Wallahu Alam, is Taha. Right? Some scholars say his name is Taha. Other scholars say his name is Umar. Right? So some scholars say Taha, other scholars say Umar. So the point, the scholars differ. Some say Taha, some say Umar. وهو إمام محدث أصولي. Write this down, ya ikhwan. And he was a great scholar of hadith. A
Could you go
great.
back down to the last one? You're moving kind of fast. I'm trying to get it all. Thanks. Just a few seconds.
And he was a scholar of hadith. And as for his name, the scholars differ. Our beloved brother Bilal says, where is he from? He's from a town called Bayqun, Al-Bayqun. I believe it's near Iraq.
Okay, you can move up now. I'm done. Thanks.
So some scholars say Taha ibn Muhammad. Other scholars say Umar ibn Muhammad. وَكَانَ muhaddithan. Write this down. And he was a scholar of hadith. وَأُصُولِيًّا. And a scholar of usul. وَأُصُولِيًّا. A scholar of hadith and usul. And he died in the year 1080. And he died in the year 1080. Hijriya. طيب.
Go down a little one more time. We're almost done.
لا لا. طيب الآن سأعطيكم شيئا ما من بعد الشعر عن فضل الحديث. So now we're going to give 3 lines of poetry, and you can choose anyone you wish to memorize. Anyone you wish to memorize. طيب. So now we're going to give a few virtues of hadith, but we're going to give it in a poetic manner. You can memorize anyone you wish, but I want at least the students to try to memorize at least one of them. If you can memorize all 3, Allahu Akbar. But at least one of them. At least one. Anyone you wish. Alright, at least one. If you can memorize, don't let anyone stop you from memorizing. Not a teacher, not a sheikh, not a husband, not a wife, not a child. Memorize whatever you can memorize. فَكُلُّ حَافِظٍ إِمَامٍ كَمَا قَالَ الْعُلَمَاء. Because every memorizer is an imam, as the scholars they said. But the first one, and it's the smallest. This one is the shortest. So you may choose this one. Allahu Akbar. It's up to you. You can memorize anyone you wish. That's up to you. But I want you to at least try to memorize one of them. At least. So the first one you're going to write down. Ahlul Hadithi Humu Ahlun Nabi. Allahu Akbar. Wa in. So the first piece of poetry of the virtues of hadith. You're going to write Ahlu al-Hadith Humu Ahlu an-Nabi wa in. Lam yashabu nafsahu anfasahu sahibu. MashaAllah. But this is the first line. But we may just give 2 ya ikhwan to make it easy. Lam yashabu nafsahu anfasahu sahibu. So the first piece of poetry. This is the smallest or the shortest. Ahlul Hadithi Humu Ahlun Nabiyyi wa in Lam yashabu nafsahu anfasahu sahibu. So this one it says, the people of Hadith, they are the people of the Prophet. Wa in. And although Lam yashabu nafsahu, they did not accompany him. Anfasahu sahibu, they accompany his words. They are the people of Hadith. Beloved brother Bilal says, what year did he die? 1080. 1080. So the first piece of poetry, Ahlul Hadithi, Humu Ahlul Nabi wa in Lam Yashabu Nafsahu Anfasahu Sahibu. So you're going to write, the people of Hadith, they are the people of the Prophet. MashaAllah. And although and although and although and although they did not accompany him, they never met him, they did not accompany him, or you can say himself, they accompanied his words, his breaths. So this one is the shortest. We'll give we said 3, but now we'll just give 2 to make it easy, inshallah ya ikhwan. As this is not that important, just to bring some benefit home to light regarding the virtues of al-hadith. Ahlul hadith humu ahlun nabi wa in lam yashabu nafsahu anfasahu sahibu. The people of hadith, who are they? They are the people of the Prophet. They study the words of the Prophet. Allahu Akbar. And although they never accompany him, they accompany his words, his breaths. They study his hadith. So if you choose this one, you're going to write it down 10 times and try to memorize it. And this second one is a little longer, but more eloquent. My favorite. Wallahu alam. The second one, you all have that?
I might have to write the last part now.
Our beloved brother says this is correct. Hal ahlul hadith ahlun nabiyyi wa in lam yashabu. Make your ashabu wa lam yashabu. Yashabu. Make your alif a ya and a waw after your ba. And that's correct. Lam yashabu. May Allah bless you, ya Bilal.
Okay.
Five, the second one. Now be patient here, ya ikhwan. This one is a little longer, but it's more eloquent. If you choose this one, you're going to write.
Hold on, can you go back down 1 second? I was just checking the spelling of everything, as far as Arabic is concerned.
Is this still going to be on live stream so we can review it?
Yeah, inshallah ta'ala, I'm going to send everyone download download the Telegram, Sheikh Al-Qasim, also the Telegram app, because I put the notifications, the classes on there too, inshallah.
Okay.
So as soon as the video is done, I'll upload it to that. No. I'll send you the link after class, inshallah.
Okay.
So now the next one, ya ikhwan, it's a little longer, So be patient. You're going to write إذا رمت أن تتوخى إذا رمت أن تتوخى الهدى وأن تأتي الباب تأتي الحق عفوا تأتي الحق من بابه فدع كل قول ومن قاله بقول النبي وأصحابه. Last part. فلم تنجو من محدثات الأمور. نعم. بغير الحديث وأربابه. ما شاء الله. So let's add our vowels. So this one is a little longer, ya ikhwan, but way more eloquent. But you can choose whatever one you wish. It's up to you. You can use the small one. That's up to you. إذا رمت أن تتوخى الهدى وأن put your mutes on, ya ikhwan, until you speak. وأن تأتي الحق من بابه فدع كل قول ما شاء الله ومن قاله لقول أو لقول النبي وأصحابه. Last part. فلم تنجو من محدثات الأمور بغير الحديث وأربابه. Real beautiful, ya ikhwan. طيب. So he says إذا رمت أن تتوخى الهدى, if you intend if you desire if you wish or intend to reach guidance, if you intend, if you your goal, your aim, your purpose, and tatawakha al-huda is to reach guidance. وَأَن تَأْتِيَ الْحَقَّ مِنْ بَابِهِ, and arrive at the truth from its proper doors. then leave off every statement and the one who said it. MashaAllah. Where are we from this, ikhwan? If this is your goal, you want to reach guidance and you want to arrive at the truth min babihi, from its proper doors. You want to arrive at the truth from the proper way. You don't just want to arrive at the truth, no, at the proper way. Your minhaj has to be correct. You don't just pick up a gun and shoot. No, you practice, you aim, you train. You don't just grab a dart, blindfold yourself and throw it. No, you practice, you aim, you work. طيب. فَدَعْ كُلَّ قَوْلٍ وَمَنْ قَالَهُ. Then leave off every statement. Every statement, leave it off. No matter who said it, leave it off. Leave off every statement, وَمَنْ قَالَهُ, and the one who said it. Allahu Akbar. لِقَوْلِ النَّبِيِّ وَأَصْحَابِهِ. For the statement of the Prophet ﷺ and his companions. No matter who says what, leave it off. And the one who said it. And hold on to the statement of the Prophet and his companions. فَلَنْ تَنْجُ مِنْ مُحْدَثَاتِ الْأُمُورِ. For you will not be victorious. You will not be successful from those innovated affairs, those newly introduced novelties. You will not be successful, victorious from them without hadith wa arbabih and its scholars. Allahu Akbar. So you can choose anyone you wish, ya ikhwan. If you don't memorize it, at least write it 10 times. So we have two more points, inshallah ta'ala, for our first class. Maybe 3.
Hold on one second. I just put the text key loaded. I'm not done with this.
I'm gonna laugh loud.
Oh, yeah. فدع كل قول ومن قاله لقول النبي وأصحابه فلم تنج من محدثات الأمور بغير الحديث وأربابه. MashaAllah. Then leave off every statement and the one who said it, for the statement of the Prophet and his companions, alayhi salam. And you will never be victorious. You will not be victorious or successful from the innovative affairs بغير الحديث وأربابه, without hadith. It's impossible. Without hadith and the scholars of hadith. Allahu Akbar. طيب. Let's continue, ya ikhwan. عندكم هذا? You all have that?
Almost done. 1 second.
لا بأس. أهل الحديث هم أهل النبي وإن لم يصحبوا نفسه وأنفاسه صاحبوا. وإذا رمت أن تتوخى الهدى وأن تترخى الهدى وأن تحتي الحق من بابه فدع كل قول ومن قاله لقول النبي وأصحابه فلم تنج من محدثات الأمور بغير الحديث وأربابه. ما شاء الله ما شاء الله. طيب بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. So what's the name of the author of the book, ya ikhwan? Not the explainer that we're reading his book, the book that we're memorizing. What's his name?
Bayquuniyyah. Bayquuniyyah.
Naam, what's his name?
Taha ibn Muhammad Umar ibn Muhammad.
MashaAllah. Some scholars say Taha, some scholars say Umar. MashaAllah. Taha ibn Muhammad or Umar ibn Muhammad. No. Accent. طيب. I'll say it, you say it. I'll say it, you say it. أبدأ بالحمد. That's not let me highlight. Hold on, ya ikhwan. I'm trying to highlight, but it won't. Bismillah. أبدأ بالحمد.
أبدأ بالحمد
مصليا على. أبدأ بالحمد مصليا على. أبدأ بالحمد مصليا على.
أبدأ بالحمد على
محمد خير
محمد خير
نبي أرسل. طيب. So he says في الشرح and the explanation. The word أبدأ. The word أبدأ. Now this is just a benefit, ya ikhwan. If you can memorize this, remember, memorize whatever you have the ability to memorize. So what does it mean? Abda'u. What is abda? What is it to begin? He says here, the beginning of something, the word abda'u. When he says I begin, abda'u. He says, what does this mean? He says, al-bada'atu huwa fi'lu shay fi'lu shay'in bidayatan. It just means to start something. It's the beginning of something. It's when you actually start something. So when he says abda'u, I begin, he's actually starting something. So to start, al-bada'atu is fi'lu shay'in or fi'lu shay'i bidayatan means to start something. Al-bada'a means to start something. What taqdeer, what is he implying when he says I begin? A taqdeer, that which is implied. A new word, ya ikhwan. A new word. A taqdeer, that which is implied. What is he implying? When the man is about to eat and he says Bismillah, what is he implying?
That he's about to start eating.
That he's about to start eating. He's saying, in the name of Allah, I eat. That's in his what he's implying. When the man is about to get in his car and he says Bismillah, what is he implying?
But start his car.
Hey, in the name of Allah, I start my car. So in the Arabic language, you can do that. You can say to someone, Mesmuka. You can say to someone, what is your name? And he says Ali. He says Ali. What did he imply?
That his name is Ali.
MashaAllah, Ahsanti. He says Ali. So what he implies is my name is Ali. You can do that in the Arabic language. You can do that in any language, ya ikhwan. You can say something but imply something else. You can say to the man, you say to the man, Hal anta Muslimun. And he says, Na'am. He says, yes. What did he imply? He says, yes, I am Muslim. So you can say one word, two words, but really said a whole sentence. You can imply something else. So that's what he's doing here. When he says, Abda'u, he didn't say what he's beginning. He left it general. I begin. I begin what? He didn't say. When you're about to eat and you say Bismillah, you're starting what? You don't say I'm about to eat Bismillah, but that's what's implied. When you're about to do the class and you say Bismillah, you don't say in the name of Allah, I'm starting the class, but that's what's implied. So he says, Abda'u bilhamdi. I begin what? As our beloved brother Bilal said, the piece of poetry that we're going over, the manduma. So he said, I'm starting this book. I'm starting this poetry. That's what's implied. So what's implied is Abda'u mandumi. Mandumi, or you can say Nazami. That's what's implied. I'm beginning, I'm starting this piece of poetry, this book. Or he says, my book. This was implied. Implies I'm starting my book of poetry. Or you can just write book. So that's what he's implying when he says I'm starting, but he didn't say I'm starting what. So that's implied. So pay attention there, ya ikhwan. So we're almost done, ya ikhwan, for today. He says bilhamdi, with praise. The word alhamd. We're going to give two definitions, and then we'll be done, inshallah.
Excuse me, can you go back down just 1 second? I'm trying to keep up. Yeah. You catch me when I'm finishing. I'm sorry. No.
He says, what's your name? The man says...
the other one. The other one.
Huh?
The other one. Yeah. I just want to make sure I spelled the word right. Naz. Okay, Nazmi. Okay. Thank you very much.
He says, bilhamdi. He begins this book, his piece of poetry, bilhamd, by praising or sending praise, meaning upon Allah. So the word alhamdu, the word praise, we're going to have two definitions. This will be the last thing we'll do today, inshallah, ikhwan. The word alhamdu, write this down. The word alhamd. Lughatan, in the language. What language are we talking about when we say in the language?
Arabia.
MashaAllah. In the Arabic language. Jamilan. So the word praise in the language. When we say language, we're talking about the Arabic language. طيب. The word alhamd. Second part of homework. So a third part of homework. We have 3 things for homework so far. The line of poetry, the actual words of the book, 1 piece of poetry that you wish, showing the virtues of hadith, anyone you wish, and the definition of alhamd. 3 things we just want you to focus on memorizing. The line of poetry from the book, أبدأ بالحمد مصليا على محمد خير نبي أرسل. That's it. Second part of homework tonight, one of the pieces of poetry that we learned, going over the virtues of hadith. And the third thing is right now, the meaning of the word alhamd. In the language, it means athana. Athana. In the language, linguistically, the word praise means to extol, to glorify. Athana. Athana. To praise. Athana. To glorify. One word. Athana. And Islamically, this first one is in the language. One word. Athana. So alhamd means athana. To extol, to praise, to glorify. Our brother says, Alhamdulillahatan athana. MashaAllah. Jamilan ya Sheikh Bilal. Akramakallah ilman wa khuluqan wa adaban. May Allah honor you in knowledge and character and manners, and all of you, ikhwan, and all of us. طيب. So a praise linguistically means athana. Athana. Islamically is a little more technical. Istilahan. And the technical meaning, Islamically. What does the word Islam mean in the language? In the language. Who knows?
One who submits.
Hey, to submit. MashaAllah. To submit. Now, Islamically, technically, what is it? Now it's going to be more difficult, more technical, more detailed. To submit to what?
To Allah and following the Prophet.
Hey, to submit now is more detailed. To submit to Allah and following the sunnah of the Messenger of Allah. So in the language is always going to be general. The word prayer in the language means to make dua. Technically, there's a different definition, more detailed. Fasting in the language means to refrain. Islamically, more detailed. The language is always general. Technically, is always going to be more technical. Right? So technically, now we have the Islamic definition of praise. Now pay attention, it's the last thing and then we'll stop, inshallah. He says, Al-Thana'u ala Allah, and we'll make his definition short as he made it long. Al-Thana'u ala Allah ma'al hubbi والتعظيم. So الثناء على الله مع الحب, along with love and glorification. Two things have to be there Islamically. And we'll add one more thing, ya ikhwan. الثناء على الله باللسان, as praise is with the tongue. طيب. باللسان مع الحب والتعظيم. طيب. Let's add our vowels. الثناء على الله باللسان مع الحب والتعظيم. And this should be a wow. والتعظيم. طيب. So now we have the technical Islamic meaning of alhamd. So the technical meaning of alhamd, we have the linguistic meaning, athana, to extol, to praise. The technical meaning is the praising of Allah by the tongue. Pay attention there. By the tongue. Praise is on your tongue. Along with love and glorification. So what's on your tongue? And it has to be with love and glorification. This is the Islamic definition of praise. الثناء على الله باللسان مع الحب والتعظيم. To praise Allah, or the praising of Allah, with one's tongue. By one's tongue. Praise is on the tongue. Gratefulness can be on the tongue and on the limbs. But praise is on the tongue, along with love and glorification. So 3 things for homework, ya ikhwan. Try to memorize the first line of poetry. I began abda'u bilhamdi musalliyan ala Muhammadin khayri nabiyyin ursila. Second part, choose one of the small pieces of poetry that we did, going over the virtues of hadith. And the third part, the definition of alhamd in the language of thana, praising or to praise. Islamically, الثناء على الله باللسان مع الحب والتعظيم. Praising of Allah by the tongue, along with love and glorification. And we'll stop there, inshallah ta'ala. Our brother Bilal, he writes, Istilahan, change your scene to a sod. Change your scene to a sod, and that's correct. And may Allah reward you also, ya akhi, and may Allah raise you and your family. So we'll stop there, ya ikhwan. For the new brothers and sisters, make sure you have the Telegram. As we send, the book is going to be there, the notes will be there, and the video will be there, inshallah, of the class after it uploads. And may Allah reward you all, ya ikhwan. فَنَسَبْتُ فَمِنَ اللَّهِ وَأَنْ أَخْطَأْتُ مِنْ نَفْسِي.
I have one more request.
تفضل يا شيخ.
I need you to go back some so I can get the rest of. So his name is Talib and Muhammad, while others. Go back. I'll let you know when to stop. I can't remember it exactly. It's way at the beginning. I think it has something to do. It's got something to do with the English. I wanted to make sure if I had the right thing written down.
We did the 4 things that we're going to focus on in this class. The name of the explanation that we're coming from. Who wrote it? Not there. The first line. Homework.
Way at the beginning, yeah. Starting with the sheikh's name Abu Abdullah Musnai. 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 Okay, I got that. Musnai. Okay, that's the one. Okay. Hold on. You know what? I'll make it even faster. I'll just take a snapshot of it and then be done with it. All right, then it was something else. I just can't put my finger on it. What it was?
Inshallah, come back.
Can you go back to
Language.
the first? Yeah, that right there, and the one after that.
I don't know whether it came in. He is Sheikh Al Imam Al-Bayquuniyyah. As for his name, the ulama differ. Some ulama say his name is Taha ibn Muhammad, while others. Was it more to that?
No, just some scholars say his name was Taha, some say Umar.
So his name is Taha, while others say his name was Umar. I think that's the part I forgot.
Can you go back to the line that we would all repeating after you? Naeem?
Okay. Yes, you can post them, inshallah. That'll be good.
And that one I was saying, it says some others say his name was Umar.
Yes, his name's, some scholars say his name is Taha, some say his name is Umar.
While others say his name is Umar.
I got it. So.
Okay. Booyah. For sure. Umar ibn Muhammad.
Right, and I'll share the notes also, ya ikhwan, with the class, inshallah ta'ala, today. So just make sure you have the Telegram and everything will be there, inshallah ta'ala.
For sure, I just wanted to, okay, cool, I got them. Barakallahu
Barakallah. So we'll stop there, ya ikhwan, and we'll continue, inshallah. I'll keep everyone posted on the second day we choose. Right now, just Sundays, but inshallah, we'll keep everyone posted, inshallah ta'ala, either Sunday and Saturday, or maybe a day throughout the week, also, inshallah, with Sunday. And may Allah bless you all.
Okay.
Telegram.
The book will be on the Telegram. The book will be on the Telegram.
Yeah, the book is going to be there. The Telegram is like a little app, like the WhatsApp. Download that on your device as we send the notifications. The videos of the classes are there. The homework is there. And the notes will be there also, inshallah. So that's for the Arabic class and for this class here.
Okay.
So it's like an app, like WhatsApp. No. Right? وجزاكم الله خيرا والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.